Guess who? I think it's kind of interesting. I hope you all can hear me. Most of my videos that get the most likes here lately are on my book reviews. So I'm going to review one that I've had a long time ago. And I still have it. This was before I thought about keeping the sleeves to these things. Because I don't know about college students today, but when I left for college, my folks said, "See ya," which meant never again, I hope. Oh, by the way, sometime about this time, back in I'm going to tell you what year, they got married on the 22nd. Or the 23rd. Or they consummated it for a few days. Just being funny. So in honor of that, I'm going to show you something that my mom gave me that I probably have shown this before. I guess after a while you do so many videos because you don't have time to review them. And yes, I'm getting ready to do the quarterly shearing of the sheep. This was my granddad's prized possession. And I don't know how many days he had to work earning this. And most of the time, it works. Here we go. I think you can see it. Well, maybe that's why it doesn't keep very good time. It is a little slow. It's about 5 minutes slow. Yeah, there it goes. That's right, I'm looking backwards. Maybe I'm going backwards in time. Wouldn't that be great? I met a good friend down to CVS just now. Hadn't seen her in years. And I asked her, because we talk, because we have the same last name. She's married. This is the backside. Asked her if she's changed the color of her hair. She said, "Yes, I've washed that blonde right out of my hair." And I'm going to offend somebody, but I'd rather have dislikes and bad comments than be ignored. This is a light plating of gold that wore off. My mom gave this to me just before I went to college, because I guess they didn't plan on ever seeing me again. And I said, "Mom," actually I always called her mother, and my dad always called him father, but that's a different story. So I guess this has sentimental value. My friend, the local coin dealer, wouldn't give me a dime for this. And it's like, who am I going to leave all this stuff to? And I hope my video doesn't freeze up like yesterday. Looked like I'd gone to sleep. And I thought I'd lost it. Oh. Thought I'd lost this too. This is something I acquired when I went on spring break when I was in the fraternity, and we all jumped in a car And I thought $100 for a week in Texas on spring break would be enough. So I was broke before I even got to Texas. And once you get to Texas, before you get to Brownsville, you drive another day. And so we made some pretty good buys when we went into Brownsville. And that's where I learned if you go into Mexico, I don't know what the price is now, probably your soul. Unless you're from Mexico and it's free. You had to have a $20 entrance fee. So I'd been lugging around this, I got it like for $20, $30, an onyx chessboard and chess pieces. And you tell me that puppy was heavy. And we got to the border, and I found out about that. So one of my good fraternity brothers bought that chess set for the price of getting me back in the United States. He was my little brother, speaking in fraternity terms. And so when we got back and I got access to my account and had done my summer chores and was back in school, I offered him $20 for it. Did he sell it to me? No. I offered him 30. No. Even offered him 100. He said no. I said, why? He wanted to teach me a lesson. And I was a pretty good big father, big brother, whatever you want to call him. I said, don't go somewhere unless you know where you're going and what the cost of getting there is and the cost of getting out. So I guess if I'd joined the Marines in 1970, I'd still be in Vietnam somewhere. But I've already ate up 7 minutes. But with all these auctions going on 24/7, and people are just giving this stuff away. I saw Black Hills gold ring last night go for $35. I looked it up. They're worth $800. And no, I don't want to take advantage of all my subscribers because then they'll get mad. And whoever got that ring, I'm glad for you. I don't really wear rings. And although I'm extremely healthy because I'm one of those health nuts that doesn't eat much except vitamins and stuff, that'll be something. I have no idea who I'm going to give it to. This, I always leave empty, even if it's in my pocket, because it reminds me you got to be able to buy your way out of town. Okay, let's get back to the book. Actually, one of the first, although I started college in 1970, I did not buy a textbook until the following year. Because I had gone there on a wrestling scholarship and on a Regents scholarship. And they had canceled the program for funding Regent scholarships the year that I was supposed to go in. And so I went to the wrestling department, and they said they'd already given out all of their scholarships for the year, so I almost did not make it through the first year. But the second year, on my birthday, I bought the one book, and I almost became an entomologist because of this book. And I wish I'd kept the cover because it's an original edition. You see, it says September 1971. And because I was selling at a farmer's market, and because I appeared to just be a guy working for a lawn company, which I happen to own, which I didn't have a loan on. And I owned all of the equipment. It's like I bought a house for $7,000 when I got out of college, which was, to me, because I had been making pretty good money in the summers building up a tree business. And back then, everybody paid cash. Don't tell the IRS. But it all went to a good cause. It went back into the college system. But this is another one. Oh, Vicky will like this. Vicky, what is the difference? This was on a test once. What is the difference between these three beetles? Well, two are beetles and one's a bug. No. The handsome fungus beetle, and the ant-like flower beetle, and the ladybird beetle. See, there we go. Starfish or star. I forgot what they were talking about the other night. They are all beneficial insects. And so once again, we're going to start with the index. And I think I'm starting a book club, but we're going to do it through my email. And I will be the moderator, and I'll take questions, and we will not do a group emailing. It'll just be individual thoughts and ideas. I'll moderate. I'll probably post a video answering random questions, which for now is a lot better. Oh, by the way, I think they just left my stepbrother out of the insane asylum or out of jail. I'm not sure. Y'all go see his last video. I mean, he does this. And yes, I'm still Peck's bad boy. I only met him a couple times. His video starts out like this. Yes. Uh-huh. Sure. That's great. We look forward to talking to you. Yes, I'll schedule a time with you. And the whole time I feel like I'm dealing with some medieval, who's going to be Bob Jones's real son? Well, obviously the one that raised him. Now, let's talk about, are these hornets, are these wasps? Because you got to know these things when you're on a farm, especially if you're an organic farmer. Because not every bug is bad. Not every spider is bad, Ro. Now, are these wasps or are these flies? Or am I being totally racist and they're going to take this out of the curriculum also? Oh, that's right, they already did. You can't even find this book online. You know, I used to raise chickens. Some would lay white eggs. Some would lay light brown eggs. Some would lay dark brown eggs. And some would lay blue and green eggs. Didn't matter to me. You crack them open, put them in a pan with some bacon. Bacon? Somebody say bacon? It all looks the same. Remember the movie The Fly? Every time I see a big fly that gets in the house, I always look for that white spot on top of his head. Oops, I do need to cut my hair. Those are great movies. And if you're still listening, we're at the 15-minute mark, so it's going to take me a while on its old computer to upload. But anyway, if anybody wants to talk about gardening, I know it's a little late in the year to be starting seeds unless you plant straight to the ground. But, oh, this one put me through college. The bagworm on cedar trees. When I learned that you could spray them with Sevin, S-E-V-I-N, which is carbidrill. Believe it or not, I can say that. Which was not malathion, was not toxaphene, was not DDT. Something I'd learned in college. Here's some full color pictures I'd forgotten. I mean, there's nothing like being in college and having cash, no loan. But like I said, I bought that $7,800 house, and it has now become druggy town. But I was never there. I just parked my truck there, slept there, and the rest of the time I was working. So if you have any questions, if you want to start a book club, this is a field guide to the insects by Borer and White. You know what a borer is, don't you? It's a little beetle that lays an egg in the oak trees, pine trees, both trees. I don't know. I do know, but I'm not going to say. And lumber prices are out the wazoo. Building a house, I need to put siding on here in a 4x8 sheet of standard 3/4 inch ABS or whatever it's called. Has gone from like $22 2 years ago. When they put it up here, it was like $2. $60. And you have to order it if you can get it. Or if you can find somebody still in business that wants to do the work. They want the money up front, and then they show up whenever they want to. Man, I wish business was that way back when I was there, but it was like, we don't know you, we don't hire you. You're Bob Jones's son. We've known Viola since she was a little girl. We're helping you go through college. Those were the good old days. And for my friends and fellow patriots from Truman High School, you don't know that you're from Independence unless you know the stuff on our Facebook page. Signing out with not talking about the news today. Tomorrow, better news, better times. Later, folks.